With our sedentary lifestyle, working a desk job, entertainment being a click away, we oftentimes forget to move. Unless a specific training regimen is booked in our calendar, we barely move. This causes aches, pain, and discomfort in the body. Most of all, it limits movement. What if we took just about 8 minutes 3 times weekly to move a bit more? To open our hips wider and squat deeper. To extend our arms overhead, twist, bend, and extend our torso. This alleviates tightness and tension in our back and neck, making us feel better in our bodies. Today, we'll check out 4 full body mobility exercises. These are meant to reduce stored tension and tightness in your body. We are aiming to open up the thoracic region, let our shoulders fall down and reduce neck and back tension. We're trying to open up the hips so the stored tension from our hips and low back can go away. We're basically trying to get you moving a bit more dynamically to make your movement a bit more fluid, feel the circulation and temperature increasing, viscoelasticity of your muscles increasing, making them more flexible and bendy. All of this so we can have better posture, spinal alignment, become more fluid in our movement, squat deeper, and get that stored tension away. We'll do 4 exercises, each done for 1 minute, about 2 sets of each. That's 4 times 1 times 2. It's about 8, right? 8 minutes is all you need. Let's jump into it. Before we start, you need to understand one principle, and that is dynamics. See, mobility means movement. The more you move, the more you're dynamic, the more mobile you're gonna be. And a huge part of that is temperature. See, when you move, body temperature increases, circulation in the muscle improves, making it more flexible, bendy, and increases something called viscoelasticity. When you're warmed up, even if that is aerobically due to running, you're acutely at a better position to squat deeper, extend overhead, and perform all of these mobility drills. So if you can do this mobility routine in a warmer state, so after, let's say, your trip to the grocery store, that would be perfect and even better to acutely get into deeper position to achieve a fuller range of motion. The first one is a transition between bear plank to downward facing dog. It is a yoga type of exercise which helps you warm up the body and increase temperature. Basically, we're doing a transition from a bear plank, which activates a large portion of your muscles of your body, especially the core, where you try to stabilize. And then there's a transition to a down dog, which completely stretches out the muscles and the fascia on the posterior part of the body. You do this in a dynamic manner, so you move in between the bear plank to down dog consistently to warm up. Position yourself on all fours, elevate your knees slightly, tighten your core. Now slowly on your inhale transition back to downward dog and extend back fully. Extend your spine, push through the shoulders and push your hips as far back as comfortable. Get back to bear on your exhale, tighten the core. Move through the transition dynamically, trying to extend back and stretch it out. Perform 10 slow reps. Next one we'll do is called the lizard pose plus thoracic rotation. So what we do here is we are trying to open up the hip and stretch out the gluteus muscle, which is great. And to make it more effective, we are adding a light thoracic rotation. So we open up the tight spots and muscles around our rib cage and spine. It sort of gives you an effective 2-in-1 combo, opening up the hips and thoracic region at once. Position yourself in a runner's lunge. You try to go as far back with your knee as comfortable. Find a position where you feel a light stretch, extending your back leg in hip extension and front in hip flexion. Feel the stretch around your hips, support yourself with the opposite arm, and twist your torso, raising the other arm up. Adding a light twist, you try to breathe deep, relax, and open up the spine. Slowly get back to lizard and push the hip forward. Again, open up the spine, rotate your torso. Repeat for about 10 reps on each side. The second exercise is the squat with the overhead extension. This is probably the highest return on investment type of exercise because it helps you alleviate tension and open up the hips, which is crucial for most of us who sit a lot because we have tight hip flexors, tight gluteus muscles, and just going down into the squat is one of the most effective ways to stretch out these muscles. This alleviates some of the tension that's stored in your back. Extending your arms forward during the squat is a pretty hard and slightly uncomfortable type of move that realigns your spine and opens your body up. This one basically counteracts numerous problems that most sitters have, which is tight hip flexors, tight glutes, and tight thoracic region. Position your feet hips width apart. We'll start with a slight elevation for better comfort. As you get deeper, you can remove it and squat fully. Slowly squat deep, extending your spine and pushing your knees out. Feel the stretch. Now extend your hands overhead, straighten the spine as much as possible. Control the movement with your glutes. Repeat for 10 slow squats and overhead extensions. Try to do it slowly and with control. Get deep down and enjoy the uncomfortable position. Accept it, stretch it out, breathe deep, and relax. The fourth exercise is thoracic extensions. This is probably a key for someone who sits a lot, having built up a lot of tension in their neck and trapezius muscles, having tight frontal parts, so the chest, and weak back muscles, which makes us end up in a kyphotic type of posture with our head falling forward. Instead, the thoracic extension is trying to open up your frontal part and stretch out all these little interconnected muscles in the vertebrae, strengthen out the back portion to help you improve your posture and sit up straighter. Position a yoga block or a pillow in front of you. Get down on your knees, you set your arms on the block and go back to child's pose. Slowly on your exhale, push the chest lower without arching your back. On your inhale, push off with your arms to get back to straight position. Then, again exhale, allowing your chest to go further down, deeper. Through your slow 10 repetitions, you try to extend a bit lower each time. Of course, if no shoulder pain is present. Now, exercises can only do so much. It is a more sustainable way for you to improve mobility is to start moving a bit more, to introduce some dynamics into your life, like starting to walk and hike and run a bit more, starting to lift weights in the full range of motion. So you squat deep, stretching out these inner thigh muscles, and you press overhead, training shoulder mobility and strength all at once. However, for someone who tends to sit a lot and you want to stretch out, open your body and reduce tension, then these exercises done about 3 times per week can significantly improve your overall mobility and potentially reduce stored tension in your body. So you're welcome. If you're serious about enhancing your mobility and reducing tightness and discomfort in your body, down below in the description, I will list 3 articles that are focusing on the major key areas of our bodies that sitters tend to have deficits in and are tight in. So we have shoulder mobility, we have hip mobility, and we have thoracic mobility, which counteracts most of the muscle shortening that comes with just sitting a lot. Hopefully, this sets you on a path of limitless movement, a more dynamic lifestyle, more energy, and less tightness. There you go. Bye.